Alrighty, guys, it's time for another relationship tip. Now, this question comes from Newlywed and Not Happy 69. Wow, that's a very odd username. Anyway, the question goes on to say, I have been married now for 2 years. At first, everything was perfect. We loved each other. It seems lately, though, that my husband has become disinterested. I don't believe he's cheating on me because he gets off work, 5 o'clock, and he's home by 5:30 every day after work. So I don't believe he's cheating on me. He's not going out on the weekends. It just seems like the spark is gone. We've been married 2 years. The first year was absolutely amazing. And the second year, it seems like we're bored of each other. We're no longer happy. The sexual relationship is not what it used to be. I no longer feel fulfilled. Wow, mentally or physically. Can you please help? Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, very interesting question here from this young female. Let's see, how old is she? It doesn't say. It says they're newlyweds. My guess is young and inexperienced. So here's what's happened. You've heard people say the honeymoon phase. It's over. You've been married 2 years. I've heard of the honeymoon phase lasting sometimes 5 years. Sometimes I've heard it can go 5 years. No joke. Usually the honeymoon phase is over within the first 2 to 3 years. That first year is always going to be, special. It is. It's going to be a special time. For the most part, everything's going to be great. It says you don't have any kids right now, so my advice right now is if you're not happy right now, don't force a kid. Try to have a kid. It doesn't say if you have a kid or not, but I'm guessing you don't, or you would have mentioned it here. So, one thing is don't have a kid. Don't force it. Don't force it. Don't be like, oh, I'll get a kid from him and everything will go back to the way it was before. If you feel unfulfilled right now physically, when you get pregnant, you're going to surely feel unfulfilled then. That's all I'm saying. Might take till after the baby is born, but oh yeah. Anyway, the honeymoon phase is over. Well, I hate to say that. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's over. It's over. Oh no. You just don't realize it. He seems disinterested also, you said. And of course, there's probably a lot of other stuff going on you've not told me about. You said he's not cheating on you because he's gets off at 5, he's home by 5:30, he stays home on the weekends. So, also this could be a problem. You've just been around each other too long. You're bored with each other. And this is one of the things a lot of people have trouble understanding. When the honeymoon phase is over, it's going to die down, people. Here it is. Right here it is. Up that mountain. It levels off. Might have a little bit of another excitement like that. Then eventually. Why did I marry this person? What is wrong with me? What have I done to myself? I don't like him or her. She, it, whatever it is you marry. Because people don't even know what they are anymore. I don't like them anymore. What am I going to do? She's gained weight. He's gained weight. He had a six-pack when I married him. Now he's got a gut. Oh, she used to be beautiful. She used to always clean up and look beautiful. She was skinny and shape. Oh, now she's gained weight. She farts. It's awful. This is acceptance. And this is why most marriages, I wouldn't say most, this is why 50% fail. Also, people will be like, I'm tired of how I've actually had people say, I'm tired of how he chews his food. I'm tired of how she combs her hair, how she gets up in the morning and makes noise in the shower, and just all this stuff, all this odd stuff. I can't stand to hear her walk. I've heard people say that. And it's just the honeymoon phase is over. And that's why when you get married, remember what it says, better or for worse. It doesn't say everything's going to be perfect. It says better or worse. Now, it's just how it is, Hopefully you're not cheating on him. Because, again, you don't get, a lot of times people don't, when they send you these questions, they don't give you the full context. They give it their side of the story. And of course, you're no longer satisfied physically, it says. And when that happens right there, mentally and physically unsatisfied, what happens? One person, or maybe both, may decide, I'm done. I'm going to cheat on you. This is reality. So my advice, as always, is to get counseling and to work through it. You got to work through it. You got to try to make it. You got to try to make it better, because at one time you did love each. That's one thing you have to always remember this. Unless you're drunk or drugged up during your wedding, more than likely you loved that person at one time. It ain't like the Triple H Stephanie marriage on WWE all those years ago when Triple H drugged her and took her to Las Vegas and married her. It ain't like that. Anybody? I know that's going back a long time ago, but that's actually happened in wrestling once. I know it's fake, but that was the storyline. Unless that happened to you, you actually loved this person at one time. You loved her, he loved you, whatever. You had to love each other. You're not going to just get married if you hate the person. You're not going to marry him. I hate him. I can't marry them. You're not going to marry him. So at one time you did love him, so I would always recommend getting counseling and looking at yourself and looking at him. Again, it's not always one-sided. It's never one-sided. There's always two parts to the story. What is that? And long, ain't they? That's what she said. There's always two sides to every story, as they say. But you're going to have to find out what's going on. If you love the guy, talk to him about it and try to work it out. If you don't, just end it. And don't have a kid to be like, that's going to make him love me again. Don't do that. God, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that happen. All that's going to leave is an unhealthy relationship for the child to see. But my advice to you is, you're probably young. You're probably in your early 20s, maybe even teenagers, because it says you're from South Carolina. So I've seen people in South Carolina get married at 15 years old. So that could be the problem too. So anyway, that's my advice. You're going to have to talk to him about it and see what's going on, because it sounds like he's disinterested too. So it sounds like you're both very, very bored with each other. Very bored. So there you have it. My professional opinion, somebody who's been through relationships, ups and downs, seen it, talked to dozens of people about their problems. For some reason, people come to me about their relationships. I don't know why that's been. It's always been that way in the family. But the honeymoon phase is over. Hey, Google, what is the honeymoon phase?
According to brides, the honeymoon phase is an early part of a couple's relationship where everything seems carefree and happy.
It usually lasts 6 months to 2 years and can be marked with lots of laughs, intimacy, and fun dates. You get bored. If you watch the same episode of a TV show over and over, you're going to get bored of it. You've got to spice this marriage up. You've got to do something. Maybe bring another man and woman into it. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Anyway, I didn't mean that. Don't do that. Don't be like the Hollywood stars. Don't be like people in Hollywood. But anyway, that's my advice. I wish you the best as always. And as always, guys, I would say just try to work through it. And you have to sit down. You have to really sit down and have a talk with your man. And if it's happened to you, talk to your spouse. You're going to have to talk to him. And that's it, guys. As always, if you have any questions about your relationship problems, send them to me, as always. casualgamerreed@gmail.com. If I find your question interesting, I'll help you out. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's another relationship tip. We'll see you guys, as always, next time. Have a great day. Toodles!